We're finishing the entry of ger, sojourner, traveler. So he says, we said yesterday, that a person should not get accustomed to luxuries. He says that the Chazal tell us, at the end of the day, we know, the Masechet Ketubot, we said yesterday, that if a rich man became poor, there's a mitzvah tzedakah to give him what he used to have from before. So let's say he used to have a wagon with 4 horses, right? A V4, V12. So what happened? There's a mitzvah to give him what he used to have and to restore him to his status. Even if he had a Eved, Hillel, there's a famous story in the Gemara, Hillel, he used to go and he found a rich guy like this, and he even was willing to go and be himself, the person who runs in front of the wagon, to make room for the wagon. So you see that you gave luxuries to people. You see people do have luxuries in the Torah. So therefore, why is the Pele Yoetz saying that you're not allowed to have luxuries? He says that's only when She'im zocher noten ochlam beito. This is only when HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself brings it to you and gives it to you easily, right? As we know the famous story. For example, the Gemara Masechet Ketubot also says that there was a pauper that came to Rava, and Rava asked him, "What do you usually eat when you had money? Now you're poor. What do you usually eat?" And he had a chutzpah, and he said, "I used to eat a stuffed chicken and very fine wine." He said, "Hey, this is." Because you're asking for tzedakah, and he's asking for a $200 meal, a fine wine and stuffed chicken.
No, but he's not asking. The rabbi asked him, "What did you eat?"
Because why is he asking? Because he wants to give it to him for tzedakah. So he says, "I want to give you what you used to eat." He says, "I used to eat fine wine and stuffed chicken." He should have said maybe, just bread with spread.
He's not gonna lie.
So what did he do? Rava was shocked that he said that. And then in the same time, what happened? He said, asked him, you're not nervous to ask people for this kind of money? So much money, such a high fine dining? He said to him, what do you mean? We say every day, noten lechem basar, right? And we say, noten ochlam beito, right? And we say Hashem gives the people their food at the right time. In the right time, and all of a sudden, Rava's sister, who he didn't see in 7 years, came to visit Rava. What did she bring? She brought fine wine and stuffed chicken. So you see, the Ani said, you see, Hashem brought it for me. You see, Hashem wants to give it to me. So what do we do with this Gemarot? You see, the Gemarot says that people who are accustomed to find things, the luxurious things, Hashem wants to give it to them, He gives it to them. So why are we saying you shouldn't be looking for these things? So it says that Pele Yoetz, that's if you have zechut. But a person who doesn't have zechut, he doesn't have merits to rely on. And then what? He goes and he spends more time than he's supposed to. And he's going out of his way to go get these luxurious things. He's trying to keep up with the Joneses, as they say, right? Trying to fit in with everybody else who's in the high leagues. And what? He distresses himself. He makes himself have a lot of suffering. Why? Like we said yesterday, either you get accustomed to this lifestyle, and if you can't keep it up, you're willing to lie and steal in order to keep up this lifestyle, or people will do things that are embarrassing. There's people who even buy fake brand names, or to buy fake designer clothing, fake watches, fake all these things, in order to look like those people, but really he's not. Why? Because you have a self-esteem issue, that he feels like he has to be like them to be happy. He has to have these things to be happy. And what? Either he lies and steals money, and then he has to run away from his creditors in order to live up this lifestyle, or he's going to be chas v'shalom. He's going to go and do and not be happy with what he's have. He's going to resort to doing not respectable things in order to live that lifestyle. Therefore, he says, "B'yada adam nargil tevo mad." Therefore, we have to train ourselves. If Hashem didn't give it to us right away, if it's not come easily, we shouldn't kill ourselves to go find these things. We have to accustom ourselves to be happy with less, to go and realize who is wealthy, the one who's happy with his lot. Maran Achidah says, what's ashir? Ashir means einayim, shinayim, yadayim, reglayim. The fact that we have eyes, the fact that we have teeth, the fact that we have hands, and legs, that's more than enough that we should be happy with whatever Hashem gave us. And if you let the Yetzer Hara feel that you're deprived, I don't have what everybody else has, I have to have the Montclair coat. I have to go and make sure I buy a Ferragamo belt. All my Shabbat shoes have to be Gucci, Lucci, whatever. And if not, I'm not a good person. You're Nicharosh Shelovek. Because you don't have these things. That is Chaz v'Shalom, the trick of the Yetzer Hara. Don't fall for that trap. Rather, so what? In British, what's it called? The style is, you should be dressed so nice, at the same time you should blend in. Nobody should notice you. By British, you don't have to tell brands it is. They're now flamboyant, like Italians, all over the place, showing everything. They have big collars and colorful shirts and pointy shoes. That's not, British is very tanua. That's how a person should feel also comfortable. I can wear nice things, but not everybody has to know what brand it is. Not everybody has to know and tell from a mile away, ooh, hachi guy. I don't need to be that. And if you feel that you have to be that in order to feel special, in order to feel happy, that means that a person has to work on his self-esteem. It's called inferiority complex. It's the Napoleon complex, where I hear other people tell me I'm good. I have to hear other people tell me, in order to feel good. No. We need to feel good because we believe in what we're doing, and we have to feel good because we know we're serving Hashem and we're on the right path. I have to have it's a self-esteem thing. A lot of people who were poor before, when they get rich, that's what they do also. They right away want to show off everybody. Oh, I made it. See, I made new money. Oh, look. They make big parties. They drive fancy cars. Roll down the window. Chatam, brat. You could be like me one day. And what? And this is a trick of Yetzirah, lack of self-esteem. So therefore, we have to realize, says the Pele Yoetz, l'hayot hayet tzar, l'torah, l'avodah, chorban beit hamikdash. We have to be willing to go and live a life of deprivation, living with lesser means in the pursuit of Torah and divine service. And remember, we're chorban beit hamikdash. We're not in the time of wealth and the time of success. We're in the time of exile. We're in the time of galut. And we have to learn from our forefathers. Our forefathers, they used to live in tents. They were not busy traveling the world to see the indulgences of the world. No, they lived without any permanent furnishings. They moved from place to place. And Yaakov Avinu, what happened when he tried to live b'shalva? He asked Hashem, let me live b'shalva. Kafatz alav, poranoto shel Yosef. Jumped on him, the story of Yosef. Yaakov Avinu fought with Esav. He ran away, fought with Lavan. He wanted to live spakoina. What happened? The guy says, Rabbi, all I want to do is work, make a business, sell the business, collect my $30 million, live right off in the sunset in my nice Mercedes, build my house, see my kids grow up. That's it. That's all I want. Tranquility and peace. That's not what we're here for. Yaakov Avinu tried to do the same thing. You know what happened to him? The whole story of Yosef right away happened to him. Because he tried to do that, Hashem said, nah. This world is not to relax and be comfy and to live right on the Sunset Boulevard and think to enjoy this world. That's not the point. The world is here to bring out potential, the potential inside of you, to bring out the best in you, to come close to the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Be the person and change the world for a better place. And therefore, you want to sit here and be comfortable. That's where a person makes the mistakes. Therefore, don't let the Goyim put this in our head that we came here to enjoy, to set up, become 35 years old, retire a millionaire, and live off the rest of our life playing narda, enjoying the fine dining of the world, sightseeing, going to Dubai, going and seeing the world, enjoying. That's not the point. The point of the world is to go and prepare yourself for Olam Haba, to become the best version of yourself, and that's through keeping the Torah and mitzvot. So therefore, we should be able to skip on the things we don't need, and we should always want what we need, right? There's a famous saying, you shouldn't need what you want, and you should always want what you need. Nothing more. We shouldn't think we have to be rich like Korach, because Chas v'Shalom, if you want to be rich like Korach, you'll be what? You'll go to Olam Haba, and you'll be Karach. You won't be able to say anything. You'll be bold. Chaz Hashem from Olam Hazeh, Olam Haba. Rather, we should be zocheh to push ourselves to be ready for Olam Haba. Baruch Olam.